This is not something we can just roll up our sleeves and do on our own. Only believers can obey this command. Only believers can let their yes be yes and their no be no. My friends, don't take verse 12 lightly. Don't act like it's not important to God. James brings in judgment, the reality that God is going to judge. And so I close by asking you a very simple question. Are you a person whose words can be trusted? Are you a person that when people hear words come out of your mouth, they can trust what you say? Or is the situation that when you speak, people take your words with a grain of salt? Oh, they listen to you, but they know that they cannot rely upon what you're actually saying. There are sins of speech that make it impossible for people to trust our words. And James has talked about some of those sins of speech. He says, when we speak evil against one another, that puts us in a position where people don't want to trust what we're saying. If we're saying things about people that aren't true, that aren't honest, and all we're doing is trying to cut them up and dice them up, that we're speaking evil against one another. And then people are going to start saying, I can't listen to you. I can't trust what you're saying because you're saying this and that about this person, and what you're saying is not the truth. When we complain, remember James talked about that in chapter 5, verse 9. He's saying the opposite of being patient is complaining. And so when we are grumbling, when we're complaining, I don't know if you realize it, but that's a sin of speech. And when we start complaining about things and we're not really giving the reality and the truth, people can no longer trust our words. And James says, when you got to take oaths, if you got to put your hand on a stack of Bibles, if you have to cross your heart